Hello, and welcome to the Millennial Mastermind Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Mulvey. If you're a millennial looking for actionable advice and a proven formula on how to build the life of your dreams, then this is the show for you. Each week, I'll be connecting with inspiring guests who will be sharing their wisdom on how to reach success. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level, buckle up and enjoy the ride. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for stopping by today. This is actually going to be a pretty quick solo episode. Was working out this morning on this lovely Saturday in the early weeks of fall, and just had this incredible realization. And one thing that I've realized is there is an impressive amount of parallels between fitness and personal optimization, or in other words, physical growth and personal growth. I usually have these realizations when I'm at the gym, and it just kind of hits me that, wow, this principle that applies to fitness or working out, lifting, whatever you do in the gym or to stay physically active, so oftentimes can translate into other areas of your life. And I think those relatable experiences are the ones that stick with me the most and that I can really then go ahead and apply to other areas of my life. So I just wanted to share this quickly while it was like such an aha moment top of mind for me. So this came to me while I was actually deadlifting. It's something that I've been doing really for the past year at the gym, and it's around the concept of what I'll call micro goals. I don't think I invented this term, but I can't recall where I heard it, so I can't give proper credit where it's due. But the concept is that in order to reach those big, massive macro goals, those things that you set for yourself, 1, 5, 10 years out ahead, that it's really small micro goals that get you there. And where this really hit me was as I'm lifting at the gym, I keep a journal in my phone on Evernote of every workout that I do, just to keep track of my progress. And I have short-term memory loss when I'm working out, and so to be able to look back at what I did the week before and try to improve upon it. And I think that really actually says something to the importance of writing down your goals and just kind of journaling what your daily activities are and keeping track of what you're up to, because that's another parallel. Not only does that work in the gym, but in real life, you can take a look back and see where you were one week, 1 month, or 1 year ago. And it's pretty amazing the amount of growth that you might realize. But when you're just doing those small increases over time and you're not keeping track of it, it's hard to remember even a few weeks ago, not to mention a few years ago, to look back and show that your hard work is paying off. But so back to the concept of micro goals, what I've been doing is, before I even step up to the weight, what I'll do is write down how many reps I'm planning to do in that set, how many I'm shooting for. So for example, this morning, I wanted to do a set of 8 reps of deadlift. And I wrote that down. I said, before I even did it, as if it was already done. And the importance of this is that way it's in your head that that's what you need to do. You're not going to quit early if you still have anything in you. If you don't write it down, you might be perfectly fine with stopping at 6 and be like, okay, that was a great set. But if you really have that image in your mind, that concept that you've already done it, it's done, you have to get there, then you're just going to push yourself that much harder. And that's true not only in working out, but in the real world as well, that when you really are pushing yourself and you have a goal that you're working towards and it's there, it's physical, it's written down, then that's what you're going to shoot for. So for me, for example, say it's working on the Millennial Mastermind website, which is something that is written down as a goal of mine. If it's written down that I'm going to sit down and do 30 minutes, I'm going to be much more likely to actually do 30 minutes of work there, rather than if I sit down and go, okay, I've got a little bit of time to kill, let's knock out a little chunk of time. I might do 15, 20 minutes and be like, all right, that was productive. But if I really have it slotted out and scheduled, then I'll actually do that. So back to the gym, say I write down that I want to get 8 reps, and I walk up and I only get 6, but I'm working hard and I just fail on that 6th rep and I can't get past it. Is that a failure? No, I don't see it that way at all. The reason being that you pushed yourself to your max to get there. And also, then you have a bookmark to where you were at your physical limit to try to beat that the next time. So when you're back hitting that same workout that following week and you hit that 8, where the last week you can look back in your notes and see that you failed at 6, you see that you're growing. You see that physically you've gotten stronger. And that is motivation that'll keep you moving forward. Those small wins, those accomplished micro goals to get to that 8 is what's going to keep you going to not only do that weight 8 times, but to do 50 or 100 more pounds than that at sometime in the future. And that way, you're constantly motivated. Those small wins keep you going. So some other real-world examples of this is really any big project you're working on, just bite-sized portions and writing those down. You accomplish a little bit at a time. You eat the elephant one bite at a time. Starting a blog, a business, a podcast, any of those things. You can't do it just in one sitting. It's really focusing on those micro goals, getting an idea of what you need to do right now in this hour time block, in this half hour sitting, whatever it might be, knocking that out, and boom, you're that much closer and you can see actual progress. Saving or investing money. It might sound impossible for people to say, I want to have $100,000 in investing money in X amount of years, or even it might even sound out of reach to have 10,000 or 5,000, whatever your personal situation might be. But if you just start adding, $10, $20, $50 at a time, those little micro investments, and you make that your goal, say every paycheck, I'm going to put $20 into my investing account. Slowly but surely, that starts adding up. And then all of a sudden you look and you have $1,000 or $2,000 in there and you're like, holy cow, okay, I'm on my way. I can do this. I see how that this can actually be done versus just looking at that huge goal. So that is just what really struck me today. I don't want to keep this one super long because I know I've talked about goals before, but I just really find that the parallels between the physical world and that mental world of personal development really are extremely, extremely apparent. And there's so many more. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just write a post on this in the coming weeks. I've got a bunch of them in my head that I think are just so obvious when you compare it to something physical. It's not so easy to see it when you talk in the world of personal gain or personal development or personal optimization. So I think that once you kind of conceptualize it, especially anybody who is into fitness, it makes it a much more conceivable idea, something you can really grasp and run with and understand. So I will keep you guys updated for when that comes out, or you can just head to millennialmm.com to check out any of the latest blogs or episodes that come out. And other than that, I just want to say thank you guys for stopping by this week. I know this was a quick one. Hope it was helpful. If it was, always would love your feedback over at iTunes or on the website. So with that, I will catch up with you guys again next week. Have some great episodes lined up, some great conversations with some amazing, amazing people. Some of the biggest guests that I've ever had on the show will be coming up in the next few weeks. So stay tuned and have an amazing week. Hey guys, one more note before you head out to dominate your week. I really want to make sure that this show is delivering value to you. I mean, that's the whole reason that I do what I do. So in an effort to do that, I want to give you all the opportunity to get time on my calendar and schedule some time for us to connect over a quick phone call. I want to know where you're struggling right now and really just how I can best serve you and deliver valuable content that's going to be meaningful and make a difference in your life. If the response to this turns out to be overwhelming, I may have to close it off. So I encourage you to hop on to millennialmm.com/call to take advantage of this opportunity. Of course, there are no strings attached. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not charging anything. It's completely free, but just want to really understand how I can best serve you, the audience. So if you're interested, again, that link is millennialmm.com/call, and I hope to have a chance to talk with you soon. Take care.